Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello.
to episode 2 of the Unruly podcast.
We got here.
We did get here. We've had a few technical issues. Thank fuck it wasn't supposed to be live. Quite frankly, it would have been an utter detritus. But we're here.
That's part of the joy.
We're both still corona-free, I think.
Yep.
Yeah? Good.
I think so.
We're just reassuring all of you.
I'm just going for yes.
Yeah. So, week 2. How have you been, mate?
Yes, week 2. You're not bad. Not bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. Been working. Was on nights this week, so I've been off since Friday. Because the thing is, when I work nights, it's not proper nights. Like, for me, nights is sort of getting home at like 8 in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I tend to be sort of leaving the house around 3, half 3. I'll get back 2, half 2 in the morning. So
yeah,
I wouldn't normally go to bed a great deal earlier than that anyway.
No.
So I can't really complain. But yeah, when I do nights, you get a rest day on the Friday, which I've never quite understood. You get paid for it, but I'm not going to complain. But I guess it's, they're just thinking of their staff and not really wanting to send them out working on a Friday night. But no, it's all been good. My nan's out of hospital, which is good. I didn't talk about that last week because we weren't quite sure how she was. And it could have been a bit depressing. But my nan's 86, 87, and she was taken into hospital, and it turned out she had jaundice, sepsis, a liver infection, and a chest infection.
Jesus.
That's how fucking tough our family. Not me.
Yeah.
I'm a pussy. But old Nana. I can't say that. No, I can say it. Fuck it. Old Nana Bud. She's doing all right. I think she's home now. So that's good. That's been a big weight off. Certainly my mum's shoulders. She's been so worried.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone has been. But
yeah.
No, so it's been good. Weather was a bit up and down yesterday. I wanted to cut the grass and pressure wash the drive. My neighbour over the road, Lucy, she said to me the other week, she goes, Jesus, you must have the cleanest driveway in Harborough. It seems like I'm some sort of obsessive, and it's like, no, it's probably the only thing I have to do. Cut the grass, pressure wash the drive. The problem is in our roads, most people who'll be watching this know that I live in Harborough and roughly where. But I started pressure washing towards the end of the driveway, and I'm really meticulous about it. And I'd gone slightly over the edge of my bit of driveway onto the road. Yeah. And I was like, I've got to tidy that up. So I ended up doing like a strip just in front of my driveway. And after about a week, I thought they must all be looking at me thinking, "They just can't think he is fucking." You know what I mean? So I ended up doing about a third of the road one weekend. I was just pressure washing the fucking road. But so I'll have to finish it at some point. But yeah. What have you done anything this week? Do you leave the house at all?
Yeah, every now and again. But
are you not doing your daily exercise every day? Because I know I take the piss out of how skinny you are, but normally you walk a lot. Don't you?
Yeah, I normally
walk, so you walk everywhere.
2 to 3 miles a day.
And it's not even just that. Normally it's holding a fucking
and then
guitar or bag.
Yeah.
There's always
moving kit around. Yeah,
you're effectively like an army man. An army man? What's an army man?
An army man. I'm normally carrying guitars.
A soldier. That's it.
A soldier. That's the word. an army man.
An army man. Yeah.
Action man.
Cheers, everyone. By the way, you need to start having. You need to start.
I've got water.
No, you need to start.
Say it's fine.
You need to start getting one of your Recordling or Copperberg things for this.
That's true. I'll try and get some. Yeah.
That would be good.
Depending on availability.
Martin does drink, or he can make it look like he's drinking. It's alcohol free, which I'll take the piss out of a lot, but fair play to him. Pussy. But no, you like the fruit ciders, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So,
and I can drink those. Like I can drink the alcoholic ones. I just choose not to.
Yeah, no, that's it. You just it doesn't really do anything for you, does it?
Nah,
it's
not
like
really.
Me with people who smoke weed. I ain't got a problem with it at all in the slightest.
Yeah.
But for me, just doesn't do anything for me. Used to have a fucking neighbour down the road who, in the summer, I'd be outside and they'd be fucking smoking all the time, and it was infringing. I felt like it was against my human rights. I'd be shouting, "Oh, that's fucking subtle, isn't it?" And they just keep fucking doing it. And honestly, I wanted to go around and code their heads in. I think they've moved now. Because I remember Googling, trying to find out if it was like a police offence.
Yeah.
Fuck all I could have done. And if I'd gone round and made a scene, then I'd be the twat who, you know.
Yeah, you're more likely to get arrested than them.
That's it. So now I did have a comment from a friend of mine, Jack, about our first podcast, that really, whenever I have a vape, I should be muting the mic. And I thought, do you know what? He's absolutely right. When I listened to it, it annoyed me. But I've got over it. So I'm probably not going to bother.
Matt said it was pretty loud.
See if the mic picks that up. Right. So, yes, we are on to week 2. Thank you for the people who watched the first week. Please keep sharing it with people. There was, you know, some views on it, and that's good, but we want more. We're greedy. And we want to entertain, I was going to say the nation. That's ridiculously over the top. Harbour and the surrounding areas, maybe. Clint, get sharing it with some of your fellow Yankees. Are you allowed to say that?
I'll ask him.
Yeah, it's not. They are Yanks, like we are. Brits.
I can't remember what they call us. Limeys.
Twats. I don't know.
Yeah. No, twat is a word that's not in America, and they always pronounce it wrong. They say twat. Which really
doesn't that wind you up? What pisses me off about Americans? I could do a whole podcast
Clint,
on what pisses me off about Americans. But right, so at some point, when was America founded? Like 200 years ago, something like that. So
a while ago.
At that point, they decided to take our language.
Yeah.
And then fucked it.
Yeah.
Right? Colour. No matter what you think, Americans, colour has a U in it. Favour has a U in it. Don't start using words that mean different. That you took our language. Don't change our language. The fuck do you think you are?
We say it wrong and spell it wrong.
Yeah.
Because no.
Here's one you can understand. Cunts.
Yeah. That's a shared word. Yeah, definitely.
It's a shared word. Actually, hold on. Seeing as I know Clint will be a regular watcher of this, I've still got some left, mate.
You still got some left.
Do you know what? As grateful as I am for how many of these fuckers I've had off him, do you know what I wish I'd said now? As much as I love grape flavoured sweet products, I do wish I'd asked for the variety box.
Right, okay.
Because I'm missing out on apple, I'm missing out on watermelon. Not the silver one. The silver one could fuck off. But lots
What's
of...
the silver one?
I swear it's like, I don't know, some sort of lemon. I'm not a fan of lemon. I drink copious amounts of lemonade, but I don't like lemon. But
lemonade's different, though.
This could... I'm just thinking if I hold it there for long enough, then maybe we might get an email during the week for some sponsorship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get sponsorship, and I've just said the lemon one can fuck off.
Yeah, we'll sponsor all of them apart from the lemon one.
Yeah, sponsored by Airhead, but not lemon.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, who's going first this week?
Well, I have some more questions for you, but they are fuck ton more difficult.
Fuck's sake. All right, I'll tell you what then. I've got a couple of things. So shall we do a Martin sandwich? Shall I go?
All right, okay,
you go.
Yeah, all right.
I go. All right, we'll do that.
Yep, all right.
Right. Well, you just have a chat with everyone for a bit while I find my first story.
Yeah. This week's been all right. I've been upgrading my studio, which is good. I've had the same studio for about a decade. In fact, I still have the speakers, microphone that we used to record not only the Unruly stuff, but the stuff we did before the Unruly. I've had the same exact setup.
Tell them about the email that you sent me yesterday.
Oh yeah, I sent a. Did you work out what the email said?
No, I knew it was going to mean something, and I couldn't work it out.
It was numbers and letters, right? I just sent an email saying something like intercepted Dr. Rain message or something, which is Dr. Rain's the character I used to play on Rick's.
Don't give it away.
What? It's
we were fooling everyone.
And then Rick had a rap project called Who Is He? And I played Dr. Rain. And and it was what we did before the Unruly. It's the first thing we did. And so I sent him an email, and all it said was like intercepted message from Dr. Rain. And then there was some load of numbers and letters, and it said, I re-recorded Awkward. This is backwards. That's what the message said.
Okay. Very cool. I knew it was going to say something. I meant to say to you in the message, but I thought it'd be more fun to talk about it today. Right, what the fuck?
It was.
It's going well.
And then I sent him an MP3, which said something like Dr. Rain archives top secret, do not show Who Is He, or whatever it was called. Just so if he didn't decode the message, then it would be a surprise that I had remade one of, I suppose, both of our favourite songs out of that period, called Awkward, which is, I still love it now. I still think it's a great track. So as I upgraded my studio, I have a load more stuff than I used to have, better speakers and all that kind of stuff. So I literally took the vocals off the old one, deleted everything else, and then re-recorded everything. Re-recorded the drums, the bass.
It certainly sounded. It was. You done a modernised poppier version, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a different version, but with like the kit that we've got now. That we're using. It was so funny
when we did the Who Is He stuff, right? Because again, it wasn't too long before the Unruly thing started, right? In terms of us doing an album. Yeah. This is way before we were doing our live, acoustic covers. And I was just really into rap at the time and writing all these horrible, dark lyrics. Again, it was a crossover of a difficult point in my life. But we've all had them. And I was working in welding at the time, and I used to scroll down lyrics on the back of these. We used to have these little books that came in with these battery cells that we had to weld, and they come in these books, and I used to rip the things out and write on the back of there. Yeah. And I remember I sort of came up with an idea for this song, and it's the first time me and Martin did anything. I messaged him saying, "Oh, do you fancy maybe helping me with this?" And he was like, "Yeah, go on then." And the first one was "You're Welcome."
You're welcome, yeah.
And then the second one. The strange thing is, right, is I listen to a lot of rap and I love rapping. But the majority of the stuff I like is like Eminem. Don't mind a bit of Plan B, and stuff like that. And I was always used to like rapping along to stuff, and it would end up being an American accent because you were just copying it. So then when I started writing my own stuff, I was like, I'm going to sound like a twat. I've got to do it English. And I tried just doing it in my voice, and I thought, you sound like a massive cunt. So I was like, I'm just going to have to go with this whole rude boy, like, and like when Martin sent me that track yesterday, I was just like, oh, I want to re-record the vocals on that. Although the singing I was quite impressed with. I don't think I've ever...
Yeah, singing was really good.
Thanks, mate. I don't think I've ever...
For once.
I don't think I've ever heard me singing apart from that. That was probably the only time when I've heard my voice on a track and gone, yeah, I'm 100% happy with that. The singing bit, not the rapping bit.
Yeah, because that was 8 years ago now.
It's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Time to move on to this week's content. So, what we're going to move on to now is a little bit of content. This is a story that I found. I had some other ones ready, but I actually came across this one this morning. And again, it just amused me. Hopefully it will amuse Martin and the rest of you. Right, so this was an informative article from The Sun.
All right, yeah.
So I'll give you the headline. Neighbour demands mum only lets toddler out for 15 minutes a day as his giggling upsets the dog. As soon as I've said that, I realised I shouldn't have given you the headline because that's just giving you all of the story. Anyway, right, so this woman, I don't know where it was from. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But this woman had received a sort of typed up letter from her neighbour. Right. So I say her neighbour, could have been a he, don't know. But anyway, so they'd been living there about a year, right?
Yeah.
And this neighbour had kind of bitten their tongue, sort of thing, and they were trying to stay reserved, and they were thinking, I'm not going to say anything, because, as it says in the letter, I wanted to give you the time to correct this problem on your own. Right?
All right, yeah. A problem you don't know.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Might just fix itself.
Yeah, you seem more interested in letting this escalate than actually nipping it in the bud. But right, I've got a feeling, even though the Sun's done this, I think it might be in America, because again, neighbour has been spelled Neightbor. So either they're American or they're a fucking moron. Okay.
Yep.
Do Americans just not like using U's? Like favour, they leave the U out. Colour, they leave the U out. How do they spell cunt?
Yeah. CNT.
You know?
FCK.
Anyway.
I always just assumed it was because they were lazy. They didn't want to. It's like, that's too many letters. That's just too many. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah. Do we really need that? No. Yeah. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Go and eat some more food with your elasticated waistbands and fuck off. Coming from me. I've got shorts on that somehow are too big for me, right? They're elasticated. They make me feel a bit slimmer. And I haven't stopped fucking eating this week. Every Monday, I'm like, oh, I'm going to lose some weight this week. I'm going to start making the effort for my wife and look a bit better than I do. But didn't happen this week. I've just eaten a lot of cheese. So anyway.
Cheese is good.
Right. So, dear neighbour, you just moved into this neighbourhood a year ago. You just moved into this neighbourhood a year ago. They didn't just move in.
That's no.
They moved in a year ago. I wanted to give you time to correct this problem on your own. How accommodating of you. But you're apparently too inconsiderate to do so. Every day this week, when weather has been nice and windows are open, you proceed to let your small child run free in your backyard and laugh and giggle and carry on without end. Right? Now, what I love about that is, you know, there's few things in life more innocent than a very small child running about and laughing. I could understand it might get a bit annoying, right?
Yeah.
If it's constant, but I'm assuming that they're making this sound a lot worse than it is.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they're saying they've given him a year to correct this behaviour, but they're saying for the last week this has been happening.
Yeah, right.
There's some holes in it already.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Right, so anyway, let's move on. So they're annoyed at the laughing and the giggling.
Okay.
So clearly, you know, laughter's not their thing. This is very disruptive for my two dogs and my bird, who sits next to the window and likes to look, you dumb fuck, and likes to look into our yard. Perhaps, and this is it, perhaps you could ask him to tone it down a bit. How can you ask a small child to tone it down? Charlie, listen, I know that you're having fun running about quite innocently because you're a fucking child, but would you mind just winding your neck in a bit because the fucking neighbour's getting a bit aggy about it?
Because the bird doesn't like it. My bird doesn't like it.
Hey.
How about you train your bird to not look out the window then?
If the bird was that annoyed, it might have tweeted about it. Because... So perhaps you could ask him to tone it down a bit, or at least limit his outside time to 15 to 20 minutes a day, so my dogs can be outside without seeing him running around. Right? Why don't your dogs stay in?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And also, what kind of anti-social dogs are these that they're getting pissed off by noise? Who have they lived next to for for all that time? Fucking Stephen Hawking. Too soon. Too soon. Oh, mind you, he could make noise anyway.
Yeah, he could.
The universe is expanding. But this is the best bit at the end of this letter, right?
Keep that in mind when we get to my quiz section.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Right. Okay. Yep. So my dogs can be outside without seeing him running around. This is the best bit. If this kind of behaviour, again, without a fucking you, they're definitely American. If this kind of behaviour persists, I will call the police.
Good luck on that one.
In capitals, I will call the police. Right, let's play out how that fucking conversation would go. Right, so I'm going to be the caller. You're going to be the police.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Is that how they answer?
911. 911.
No, go on. Fuck it. No, we'll do American. Fuck it. We're convinced that this is American.
I thought they were in America. Yeah. So I wasn't sure. I had my bets and didn't really commit. Okay. So hello, 911.
Hang on. Yeah, I want to talk to the police immediately.
That's me. Proper English policeman.
Right, well, I'm pretty pissed off right now. You see, my neighbor, she's letting her kid, her small child, run about in the garden, and it's laughing and giggling, and quite frankly, it's upsetting my dogs. What you gonna do about that?
Is the kid doing anything illegal?
Yeah, the kid is making a damn lot of noise right now, and my dogs are getting pretty pissed off about this.
That's not illegal.
I tell you what. I tell you what.
No, you won't. See ya. Bye.
That's exactly how that fucking phone call would go. So it's a waste of time. The kid is being a kid, right? And your dogs are being assholes, all right? So normally, I always stick up for the animal in the story, but you sound like you're the fucking animal. So the son, well done on reporting that, and you are an asshole.
I bet the dogs aren't even that bothered. It's just him as an excuse. Yeah, it's an excuse for him to complain about something he doesn't like.
Being disturbed. The dogs are probably excited, thinking she chucks us out in the garden and fucking leaves us there all day. There's no interaction, no playtime. They're probably thinking, you know what, that kid sounds fun. That kid might throw a ball for me. That kid might actually pat me on the head or give me some food because I'm malnourished and dying.
Yep. There you go.
That's it. I'm done. I'm out. Yeah. Sorry, I'm angry now. Cheers, everyone. Right, what you got?
I have some questions.
I really hope whatever your questions are goes better than last week's. I
I highly doubt it.
Now, actually, I want to, speaking of the questions from last week, I want to explain something. Because I was, a bit giddy about doing the first podcast, even though from watching back, I seemed fucking miserable last week. I want to put the blame on me getting so many of them wrong. It's Aberfeldy's fault. Okay?
Right, okay, yeah.
So I cannot be held responsible. The Highland single malt Scotch whiskey of 12 years that's been guaranteed to be an oak. So
oak, yeah, makes a difference.
Their fault. I've only had the tiniest amount prior to these questions this week. So
okay.
I will be able to give a more accurate representation of myself. So
yes. Yeah. Well, basically, I saw an article which was by the website Mashable, and it was 12 space facts, basically, like amazing facts about space. But I thought, no, I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to write questions based on each of the 12 facts and see if Rick can get anywhere close.
Right, so 2 points before we start this. I'm already on the back foot because I know fuck all about space. And secondly, I'm also feeling a little bit embarrassed because clearly Martin's put a lot more work into this week's podcast than I have. So, right, go on then.
Don't worry. I felt like I had to do another quiz because I thought it was, but I thought I'd do it about space because then we can learn. Everyone can learn together.
All right.
Because I didn't know a lot of these things. I can tell you that. So there's
you
12.
Didn't either.
No, there's some stuff in there I didn't know.
Brilliant. So, okay, it's going to be good.
Actually, a fair bit of it. But okay, so question is, how many times a second can a neutron star spin? Like, what's the fastest it could spin in a second? Now, a neutron star is born from the core of a collapsed supernova. If that helps.
Oh yeah, that massively helps.
Yeah. So you know that impression you did of Stephen Hawkins. He's now laughing his ass off in heaven, going, "Yeah, you got him back there." I'd know all of these.
In heaven. He won't be in heaven. Yeah, if he was married and fucking the kid's nanny. No, his nanny. Not his nanny, his carer.
Well, I suppose, yeah. Everyone's got their blind spots.
Yeah.
So you can make a wild guess, or I suppose I could give you, I haven't put down like an A, B, and the C answer, but I could do that.
Probably would have been nice if you had, to be honest.
Oh, I can do it. It's a number, so it's either 100 or 1,000 times a second.
What happened there? I missed some of that. Say it again.
Okay, 100, 600, or 1,000 times a second. Spins.
So 100, 600, or 1,000?
Yeah, times a second. I told you this is going to be hard.
600.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I thought it would be because you hadn't worked out these answers or the multiple choice answers. So I could tell that you went 100, 1,000.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, I think I've equaled my total from last week. Yeah.
So you could do better on space, something admittedly you're by yourself, your own admission, not a lot.
Do you know what? Maybe I'm an astrological genius and I don't even know it.
Maybe that's what's stuck in your head from Big Bang Theory. None of the rest of it, just the science about space.
That's not what's stuck in my head from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, well, I know. Only on certain series.
I think the thing that stuck in my head the most was probably either Valentine's Day when they come in and ruin Fun with Flags, or
I just watched that one today.
When Sheldon has a dream that they turn his room into some sort of sex dungeon.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say as well, maybe the 10-year funeral.
Oh, don't. The 10-year funeral, I nearly lost my fucking eyesight from that scene. Honestly.
Well, so did Raj.
The chafing. Jesus. Yeah. That was a good time.
So question 2. Is there sound in space?
Right. Well, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a noise? Yes, of course it does.
It does, yeah.
Just because you don't hear it. Just because you specifically haven't heard it, or anyone specifically heard it.
It's there. Like I told you, these aren't going to be easy.
The people in Fritzl's cellar probably made a lot of noise, but no one heard it. Oh, pal, we're trapped. What was that? No, nothing. Keep going.
So you've got to work out the quote, nobody in space, nobody can hear you scream. Is that because you're on your own or because there's no sound in space? There's a definite answer. In space, and I don't mean in the space station.
No, I get that, in actual space. Yeah. But does that mean that nothing makes a sound, or that people can't make a sound?
Both. It's either there is no sound whatsoever.
I'm going to say yes, and don't tell me whether I'm right or wrong yet. I'm going to explain my answer. I'm going to say yes, because if you're floating about in space, and your head hasn't exploded from the pressure, if a comet goes hurtling past you, you're going to hear it. Okay.
Do you want to know the answer?
I feel like you're going to tell.
Yeah, there's no sound. And I could say why. It's because sound needs something to travel through, and it can't travel through a vacuum because there's literally nothing. So there's no air. Sound has to travel through air or something solid, but it can't travel through nothing because it's things vibrating against other things, and there's nothing to vibrate against. So you would literally, if the sun exploded, you wouldn't hear it. It wouldn't make a sound.
We would on Earth.
Maybe. Well, no, because there'd be no sound waves to travel to us. It wouldn't make a sound. It wouldn't transmit any sound because there's nothing to transmit it through. It's weird. It's weird to think about.
That is weird to think about. Now, what's your opinion on the ridiculous notion that scientists say that space is infinite? How can they possibly know that?
Yeah. It can't go on forever. I just can't believe that.
I can't get... Mind you, at the same time, if you got to say there was like at the edge of space...
Yeah.
What's after it? Just milk?
I don't know.
I suppose I can't get my head around that idea either. The idea of...
If it's not infinite, what's there? But if it is infinite... Because if it's not infinite, it's got an end, but then what's after the end? If space is
that's
nothing,
it.
Then what's after the end of nothing?
If you've got an opinion on that, please do let us know, because I'm genuinely interested. And I don't give me the science of it, because although
no,
I'm not religious or any of that bullshit, and I do believe in majority of science, I don't know how they can prove one way or the other.
Yeah.
But if you've got an opinion on it, a genuinely interesting / funny
What
opinion,
do you think is at the end of space? If there is an end of space, what do you think now?
That's your homework for this week, everyone.
Yeah, find it out.
That's your homework. Right.
Yeah, find it out. We want to know. That leads me on quite nicely to the next question.
Okay, so
which is how many...
I've answered 50% of them correctly. So
and you go, yeah. So still better than Big Bang. So, how many stars are there in the universe?
There's no way of knowing. Actually, if they say that space is infinite, then an infinite amount of stars. Boom.
Technically, that's right, because the scientific answer at the moment is too many to count. They literally haven't got time to count them. So
I've answered more correctly than I have incorrectly. Stop it now. I've won.
Done. Right, Raj and Howard's band's called Footprints on the Moon.
Yes.
But how long do astronauts' footprints stay on the moon?
Forever.
Because it's not forever. There is a.
No, it is. It's forever. I'm telling you. I've been there.
No, that's not the answer. They are still there, and they'll be there for a while.
Yeah, but who gave these answers?
Now, they've done it by like to account like
your sound ducts out there. What's going on?
I think it's probably just the connection between us.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sorry,
there's
I
a
got
number.
Distracted by a bird flying past the window. Go on.
So there is a number, but it is an estimate, because they don't know. They admit they don't know, but they've done an estimate.
Fucking question then.
It's a long time, I'll tell you that.
Well, it will be, because am I right in saying there's no wind in space?
Yeah, that's right.
So
because there's no atmosphere on the moon.
But then if there's no atmosphere and nothing's moving and nothing's there...
but there is stuff moving in space.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It will stay there until a little asteroid or comet hits it. It's a number. It's a number you want.
But like, I'll give you... You're going to get at least half a point, because it literally said in the article that it will last a certain amount of time unless something hits it, like a tiny meteorite or asteroid. So
I didn't even get fucking multiple choices for some of these, and I ain't being funny. I think we can all agree that I'm fucking nailing it.
Damn well, yeah. So,
can we just agree then that I get a point? Because if they've said that,
whatever
number there is bullshit. Fucking nuts.
The number is basically, they reckon it would be 100 million years. So forever, kind of's right.
What
load
of Go on.
So
I've got 3 out of 4 at the moment.
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. That's pretty damn good. What percentage of the mass of the solar system is taken up by the sun? So to take, obviously, the space between all the planets and stuff, that's nothing. It's got no mass. There's nothing there. So you've got to add up the sun, the planets, all the moons, all the asteroids, all of the anything that's in space that's solid in our solar system. What percentage of that group of stuff is the sun? Like, if you took it mass, which is kind of like weight.
I'm gonna say, so it includes the planets and like just space in general.
So the planets, like all of the moons, the asteroids, anything that's solid,
Only solid things.
Yeah, because the gaps don't have a mass. They weigh
technically,
0.
the sun is not solid.
Yeah, well, it's got a mass though. Gas has a mass.
Yeah, but it's still not solid. So.
Right.
Yeah, no, okay, so not including actual space. So just okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a shitload of asteroids and comets and stuff like that. I am going to say, what did you say? A percentage you want?
Yeah, it's a percentage. So my
gut instinct is to go with, and I think this might be a bit on the low side, but I'm going to go with it, 15%.
Right, okay. The answer is 99%.
What?
Yep, the sun is that big that it is 99% of the solar system is our sun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's genuinely interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's apparently 600 million tons of hydrogen.
But then, right, and I'm sorry to keep doing this, but
how do they know?
How do they know how big the sun is? You can't get anywhere near it.
They can measure it by, they know
how
roughly
long does it take to send a fucking drone thing to Mars? Like over a year or something. No one's going to the sun.
Well, no, the sun, if the sun exploded, it's
a supernova.
It would take.
Do I get a bonus point for that?
I think it's correct. So I don't know. I'll ask NASA. I'll ask NASA on the bonus.
Oh, you got a direct line to him, have you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tweet them.
I'll ask Elon. He'll know.
He's a cunt as well, isn't he?
Oh, he is. I don't like him at all.
No.
He's gone completely off the rails lately, but that's
the only reason he was in that episode of Big Bang, because he knew that his street cred was going. He thought, "Oh, look like a nice guy." No, you're a prick. You'd never be down at home in a shelter fucking washing stuff. Whereas me, I'm there every week.
Yeah, that's it.
Go on.
Yeah, so like, if the sun exploded, it's far enough away that we wouldn't know on Earth for 8 minutes. So by the time we've seen it, the sun would already have been gone for 8 minutes. And then we'd all die.
We ain't got to worry about that. It's not going to happen in our lifetime.
No, it's not. No, it's a long, long time away.
All my kids that I don't have, all their grandkids, which they may not have, and after that, I don't give a fuck because I won't.
None of your imaginary kids or ancestors.
That's it.
So, right, 6. Another sun question. So, the energy from the sun hits the Earth all the time. That's what sunlight is. If humans could harness the power of the sun, how much of the sun's annual energy would we need to power the whole world? So, like a year's worth of sun energy. What is the percentage of that we use for the whole of the Earth to power every single country?
0.001%.
You're right to go low. You're definitely right to go low.
It's going to be if it's 99% of the fucking solar system.
Yeah. It's 0.7. So you were damn close. Like in the terms of.
Do I get like half a point?
Yeah, I'll give you half a point. So you've got 3.5 points. Is that right? Yeah, 3.5 points. Yeah. 4.5 points.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. 1, 2, 3.
No, 3.5.
3.5. Right, question 7. What happens when 2 pieces of the same metal touch in space?
Shut your fucking dog barking. It's upsetting my tortoise. Cunt. Go on.
So what happens if 2 pieces of metal touch in space? The same type of metal?
Well, it depends. If they touch deliberately, then they're definitely both gay. If one of the pieces of long metal is touching a more circular bit of metal, then the circular bit of metal is only gay if it pushes back. So that's the rule.
Science.
Yeah. Say the question again. Sorry, go on.
So what happens if 2 pieces of the same metal touch in space?
Then
random question.
But that's so fucking vague. If 2 different pieces of metal in space touch, then they both get stuck together like a Chinese finger trap.
Point for that.
They bounce off each other and go their separate ways.
No. I'm going to give you a point for the first thing you said, because the answer is they bond permanently. They literally stick together, and they become one piece, basically. Because in space, there's no air to make a gap, so they literally become one piece of metal. So yeah, you can have a point for that. That was crazily close. Have you seen this article?
I wrote it, which is more worrying. The fact I got a couple wrong.
You're doing it on purpose. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't be too good, otherwise it'll be suspicious.
Trying to throw you off the scent.
Okay, so
how many of these have we got?
12. We're on
That's
8.
all right. I'm just trying. I want to gauge how successful I have a chance of being. That's all.
Yeah, so we're on 8 out of a 12.
I've got a very shiny head this side. My wife has scalped me, as you can see. I'm not showing you. It's my lockdown haircut.
Longer.
Mine was literally fucking skin last night. Yeah.
Mine's grown a bit since I cut it. I'll do it again soon. The largest asteroid in the solar system is Ceres, I think it's pronounced. What is its diameter? So its diameter. And I can give you multiple choice if you want on this.
You're saying it's the largest?
It's the largest, yeah. Asteroid.
Are we talking like deep impact sort of potential catastrophe if it made impact?
Pretty fucking big. I don't think it would do us any good. Let's put it that way.
What's it called?
It's spelled Ceres, which I would pronounce Ceres, maybe.
Why? Why not call it like the Death Star or the Obliterator or something fun? Cirrus. Isn't Cirrus a type of cloud?
I don't know.
The real wispy sort of clouds. They're
all right. Well, we'll rename it. It's called the Fuckulator. We're going with that. Okay. The largest asteroid in the solar system.
You mean we've got to wait? You mean we've got to wait for it to hit, so it will fuck me later?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
It's gonna. Fuck
I thought you were offering or something. Oh, fuck's sake!
Not on camera.
No, we're gonna wait till we get people subscribing and paying a monthly membership for that.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not.
Is this what you wanted? Oh fuck me. Right, diameter.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's 9,500. No, 10 miles.
10 miles. No, it's 600 miles.
What?
Yeah, I told you, it's fucking big.
That's a hell of a lot bigger than the one in Deep Impact.
Yeah, I think it would be like literally destroy the Earth big. But luckily, it's between Mars and Jupiter, so Mars will be fucked before we are. So maybe don't go there.
600 miles?
600 miles diameter. Yeah, it's huge. I don't know if this is the one that they landed.
And what is it?
They landed
asteroid?
On it. Asteroid, yeah.
This asteroid has 600 miles. That's going to be our next cover, ladies and gents.
Yeah. No one will understand it.
Right, what's the scores on the doors at the moment?
Right, so you got that one right, that one right, that one right, half a point for that one, and you got that one right, so you're on 4.5.
Out of?
8 so far.
Still better than last week. All right.
Over 50%. Over 50%.
Let's start firing these out.
All right, how long is one day on Venus in Earth time?
72 hours. No, hang on.
No.
Hang on. No.
No, you can have another guess.
They're nearer the sun. Hang on. Let me think about this. So,
there's a few things.
If you're nearer the sun, you're going to go around it quicker. So.
But going around the sun is a year. So that's how long it takes a planet to go around the sun.
Not all of them.
No, but that's what a year. So
no,
a year on Venus would be shorter.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. So a day will be shorter as well.
But it's in Earth days.
Yeah, so I know, but I'm saying
or Earth time.
In our interpretation of time, it's going to be quicker than a day is for us because they're nearer. So I am going to say proportionately, because we're... No, hang on. What planet?
Venus.
Mercury. What's after Mercury? Venus. No, hang on.
We're the third.
No, we're not. Yeah. Mercury. What's after Mercury? Oh, fuck's sake.
You're not asking me. I'm asking the questions here. You're not supposed to put me on the spot.
Hang on a minute.
I'd search on my phone, but we're using my phone.
No, I'm not allowed to Google anything, so it could be classed as cheating. Hang on.
You phoning a friend?
What the fuck happened there? Yeah.
Okay. We now have lifelines. I didn't know this about my own quiz, but who are you ringing?
Hi, Mum. Can you hear me? Brilliant. It's going well.
Chris Tarrant didn't get this shit.
That's bright.
Hello?
You all right, Mum?
I don't know what happened there.
That's all right. It's only a very quick one. Me and Martin are recording our podcast at the moment, and you're on it. So
welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, this is your fuckwit son. Right. In terms of the order of the planets, it's Mercury. What comes after Mercury?
What comes after Mercury?
Yeah.
In order of the planets?
Yeah. It's Mercury, then something, then us, isn't it?
Venus?
Is it Venus, though? That's very important, because Venus is the planet we're talking about, and I've got to work something out depending on its sort of location or proximity from the sun. So is that what you're saying? Do you think it's Mercury, Venus, Earth?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very... Are you all right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, we're fine.
All right. Well, you're live on the mic at the moment, so I'm going to let you go, and I'll call you back after.
Okay, darling.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's all right. You don't have to say love me back. That's fine. Fucking counselling for me, isn't it? Right. So we're going with Venus is the second planet nearest the sun. So it's only slightly nearer than Earth. Well, you know what I mean, relatively slightly. So I'm going to say 16 hours. I was going to say 18. I'm going 16.
Right. Well, I can see your logic, and your logic was... I can understand your logic.
If you're going to tell me it's longer, then I'm hanging up and ending this meeting now.
It's way longer.
How is it longer?
There's two answers basically, and both are longer. There's two ways a day is calculated. One is how long it takes for the planet to do a full spin on its axis, and how long for the sun to go back into the same spot in the sky.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, it's not going.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking idiot.
So on Earth... Yeah,
it's how it spins.
It's weird,
not...
because... Yeah,
wow.
But it's also spins, but then when the sun gets to the same point, which on Earth it's bizarre because it spins in 24 hours and the sun goes back to the same spot in 24 hours. They line up on Earth, and it's the only one in the solar system that it does. They're the same length, I'm pretty sure. But for Venus, it spins slower than Earth. I read the article and I read another article. And I didn't understand all of the articles, but basically one was saying one thing and one saying the other thing, but they're both technically accepted.
Fair, you've put your work in, mate. I'm quite impressed. So go on, what's it? And also, this fucks me off. What do you mean there's two answers?
Well, because on Earth, it just happens to be a day is exactly how much time it takes for it to spin and for the sun to get into the same place in the sky. It's exactly the same, but it's not the case on Venus.
Right.
So it takes almost, I think it says pretty much a year, if not a little bit more, of Earth time for the sun to get back into the same spot into the sky. So technically a day is a year of Earth time, but then it could be for it to spin on its axis. It's a bit less. I think there was basically two answers, and it's a long time.
Well, what are they? Give me the answers.
Well, no, because you see, the thing is, this is the problem. I read the article and I was like, I don't know if that's right. So then I Googled it, and then there was other answers. So
this entire question has been a waste of time. Brilliant.
Yeah, but
good.
I left it in.
Thank you to everyone that's still watching this. I mean, you're not. You've fucked off by this point. You're gone. But right, go on then, dickhead.
I was going to give you a. I was going to give you a.
No,
point
don't give me a pity point. Fuck off.
No. I said if you get close, and you didn't.
You don't know what the answer was.
One of the answers is like a year, 300 something days or something.
A year to us. What, like 300?
Yeah. Yeah, for one day.
That's too much for my head to take. I haven't eaten yet. I can't. Babe, where are you? Can't hear you. You have to come here.
The next one's a bit easier. It's a.
Can we ask Amy the next one?
Yeah.
No. Ask me it now quickly, and before she comes, to ask her as well.
Jupiter has a big red spot. Is it getting bigger or is it shrinking? There you go. 50-50. So if you've seen Jupiter, it's got that big red spot on it that it's famous for. But scientists have noticed it's either getting bigger.
Is Jupiter made up of gas?
Yeah. Yes, I think it is.
That doesn't help me. If it was a solid, I could have thought maybe it was.
I think it is a gas giant. This is showing my holes in my knowledge as well. You're asking me questions. I don't know. I just ask the questions.
I'm going to say, I reckon it's going to be something to do with gravitational pull. So if it's being pulled towards the sun, just stay out 1 minute. Just close that. I'm going to shut up. Right, don't tell me the answer. I'm going to answer. Then we'll get Amy to answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's getting small. I'm going to say it's. Oh, you can't hear that. It's going to be getting smaller.
Okay.
Because of gravitation. Right, come in, babe.
I've locked that in. I've locked it in. There we go.
Hey! Right, got a question for you. Oh, you can't hear. Martin, say it, and I'll.
Okay,
slowly, and I'll.
Jupiter has a big red spot.
Jupiter has a big red spot on it.
Is it getting bigger or is it shrinking?
Is it getting bigger or is it getting smaller? 50-50 chance.
Or is it getting bigger or is it getting smaller?
I just said that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was getting smaller. Is it like a storm or something? Is that like what it is? Like some sort of a storm?
All right, didn't ask you to show off.
So yeah, actually, yeah, 100%. Yeah. It is a storm, and it is getting
So we
smaller.
both got it right. Fuck off! I said smaller as well. You can't. Oi, can I have another beer, please?
I need wheat and then yes.
Go on then.
All right. It smells like turps.
Are you not going to be polite and at least?
Hi.
Brilliant. That's why I'm doing the podcast, not antisocial in her words.
But yeah, she got it. It is a
storm. So did I.
Yeah, but she got the. But
that's because she didn't. Yeah, but she ain't got a job. She doesn't leave the fucking house. She can sit on her phone googling shit all day. Yeah.
She probably read the same article.
She has got a job. I'm joking. She's working very, very hard on her business. Toe Bean Studios. Said it last week. Make sure you check it out. Shop's going live soon. Go on, carry on.
Check it out. When it goes live, we'll put it on the as a link on the videos.
Absolutely.
She can be our first sponsor.
Yeah,
sponsored by.
Don't expect any fucking funds. They're not coming out of my bank account. I'm not going to pay our sponsorship.
Just pay yourself. Okay, so
my throat's been cut. Come on. Right, go on.
You got that one.
Yeah.
So what's unique about Saturn's moon? And I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to say Lapetus. Lapetus.
What's unique about it?
Yeah.
I thought Saturn has multiple moons, or is that Jupiter?
It does. It has a lot of moons.
Right, well, so how can you ask me the question, what's unique about Saturn's moon?
Moon called Lapetus or Lepetus or Lapetus or...
It's also got rings.
That's a good answer. It's not right, but it's a good answer.
Yes, I think.
I like that answer.
It's good, but it's not up there.
Yeah, that's it. It's actually 2 colours.
Great.
It's half and half. It looks like a yin-yang symbol in the sky.
Brilliant. That's amazing. Right, now can I just say, whatever my score is this week is better than last week, but it's also even better the fact I've only had one offer of multiple choice.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's good. It's really good.
All right.
So, last question.
Oh, okay.
So the North Star is moving as Earth's axis changes. how long before the North Star is no longer in the north anymore? And you can have multiple choice if you want, but
yeah, do you know what? I'll still have done better than last week. Give me multiple choice.
yeah, okay.
Because they don't fucking know. So
no, it's an approximate. It's an approximate. These are all approximate
I hate
ones.
these kind of questions.
So
you know I hate these kind of questions. That's why you've done it. Fucking butt plug. Go on.
13,000 years, 26,000 years, or 57,000 years.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm not going to be. No one will even remember me, but I don't give a. Right. So what was it? 57, 16, or
13, 26, 57.
close enough. 13, 26, 57. 13.
Yep, that's right.
Had to be. Because the Earth hasn't even existed. The Earth's only been around for 2,020 years, so.
But the number 26.
I'm joking. We're not religious. It's been around for a lot longer than that.
26,000 I actually got because that's the number of years that it will be back to being north again. So 13,000 years it won't be north, and then in 26,000 years, don't worry, it'll be back.
Gives a fuck. What was my score?
Oh yeah, good point.
Fuck's sake.
One,
that's the only bit I care about.
2, 3.5, 4, 5, 6.5.
That's not bad. Come on.
That's over 50%.
Yeah, do I get a round of applause for that?
Yeah, definitely. Not from
Go
me.
on then. I'm going to fucking sit here and clap myself.
All right then, here we go.
You'll get confused with that when you're trying to cut the audio.
I know.
Come.
Everything's going to be out of sync now.
Right. That was the end of questions for Rick. Next portion of our content, which is my stories for Martin.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been overly entertained by any of the ones I've given him so far. But I think this may be my moment. All right.
Okay.
I found this all on my own with a smidgen of help from my wife. She may or may not have alerted me to this story about 20 minutes before we did this podcast. May or may not. She may have been telling me as I was trying to get my fat ass in the shower. She may not have. But either way, here we go. Right, so this is a story about a new reality TV show in America. Okay? Sorry, I don't hate Americans. Clint, you know I love you. My auntie is actually this week just become an American citizen. I don't know why. I don't see the point. She's been living there so many fucking years. She's had to fill out loads of paperwork. Why? What's the point? Anyway, love you, Auntie Cindy. I'm not annoyed at all Americans, just the language thing really annoys me. And also the way on all of your programs, right? And it's happening in England as well now. We're starting to adopt this style of programming where, say you're watching, let's go with an American example. So Impractical Jokers, right? I love Impractical Jokers. I absolutely love those guys. They're absolute fucking geniuses. I mean, Joe more than any of them, but I love them, all right? But the producers of that show wind me up because it's like, right, let's show a little bit, go to a crappy, not even an ad break, but then let's just repeat what you've already seen before we give you the big reveal. We don't need that. I've just fucking seen it. We were watching a program, me and Amy, the other day, and I swear it was an English one. It was the same thing. I was like, why? Why are we doing this every fucking time?
It makes no sense.
It's like, what, they haven't got enough content to stretch out a half an hour, not even a half an hour program, because if it's Channel 4 or ITV, you've got fucking adverts in the middle.
But
exactly. Let's just repeat everything again and again before we actually show you the bit we want to show you, which is always a massive anti-fucking climax anyway. But now I've got that off my chest. Right, so I'm just going to read you the parts of the story because I genuinely think this is amazing. Now, when I say amazing, I mean fucked and a massive telling indictment of how the world is going. All right?
Yeah.
Cheers, love.
No worries.
I'm just telling them about that story that I found.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So, all right. Are we eating soon? No. I was looking forward to pizza. No. We're going to have both. No. All right. That's married life. Yeah. Okay. So, we thought reality TV had peaked at Married at First Sight. Don't even get me started on Married at First Sight. Right?
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
I shouldn't talk about it, should I?
What, the program?
Yeah,
just
but do you know, have me and Amy not told you? Did you see any of it?
No.
So you know nothing about the girl that was on it?
No.
All right, we'll save that for another week.
Okay.
Because I'll probably just get myself in trouble. Right. I had a wonderful text message from her years ago, though. Anyway, right. We thought reality TV had peaked at Married at First Sight. It didn't, because it was a fucking abortion of a program. But now an even more ridiculous show has popped up on America's Fox network. Right. Don't believe us? Just watch. Well, I'm not going to show you that. Okay, so, right, the program, I'm not even going to tell you the title yet, right? I'm going to tell you the premise of it first.
Okay,
so it's going to be, I think it's on now, and it's hosted by Kristen Davis, who played Charlotte in Sex and the City, the brunette. Okay?
Yep.
So she's presenting it. Now, there's 15 men, right, who are the sort of participants, if you like, on this program, and one woman. So at the moment, it's sounding like The Bachelor, and it's kind of like that, but more fucked up. Because The Bachelor is ridiculous. Let's go on a you know, put together fucking made in Chelsea scenario shit and pretend that we love people. They actually summed it up perfectly in Family Guy. Do you remember that episode of Family Guy when Brian goes on one and he falls head over heels in love with that girl? And then as soon as it finishes, she shakes his hand. She's like, cheers for that. And I imagine that's what it's like. None of it's
I bet
fucking
it's
real.
Like,
okay.
No.
Anyway, so 15 men compete for a woman they've never met. And it even says here, I think the Bachelorette. Okay. But there's a twist. The winning man's prize, get this, is the opportunity, and I love that word opportunity. I don't know whether he has to chase it down or crawl through a Krypton Factor style obstacle course, but the winning man's prize is the opportunity to impregnate this woman. Now, before I go any further with this, I will say, as a man, right, men aren't as interested in having babies as much as women are. It's just fact. I'm not saying that we don't like the idea of being a dad. I'm not saying that there aren't wonderful dads out there. My dad was incredible. But it's women whose biological clock seems to tick a little bit louder than men's. There's no man going, oh God, I just want to pass on my DNA and I just want to...
Yeah.
Once it fires out or pops out, or is cut out or hacked out, whatever the fuck they do, and they pass the baby over to the man, I'm sure the man will have a little cry. I know I fucking would. I'd be like, oh my God, my son. But there's no man who, when he's single, is thinking, do you know what I really need to complete my life? I need a fucking kid. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. And any man that says that does happen, you're full of shit, right? But I find it strange because the premise of this show is it's like The Bachelorette. They have to woo her and go on dates with her. Like, this woman's 40. Her name's Christy Katzman. She's 40. She's newly single, blah, blah, blah. She knows that time is against her. She wants to have a kid. They say in the program that in this story that she's beautiful or something. I'm not overly impressed. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say no, but...
Yeah. Well, she's 40. She's good for 40. Definitely good for 40.
Yeah, I mean, they put her ahead of quite a lot of women. But, I mean, she's all right. It's clearly airbrushed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it will be.
Those blowjob lips of hers aren't real. And I'm not being a misogynistic pig, all right? I'm not mean.
No, but if you know anything about TV, not a lot of it's real.
That's it, exactly. Right. So, the men don't That's it. And they put, she's absolutely stunning. She's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
But the men don't know that before arriving to woo her. All they know is that they're in with a chance of knocking someone up. And I think, you don't want to knock someone up. All you want to do is get on telly, have your 5 minutes of fame and make some money. Because they're going to get paid for being on it.
It's not going to attract good people, like good dads, is it?
It might attract attractive men, because let's be honest, they're only going to put attractive men on the programme.
Yeah.
You know? So at the time of filming, Christy told Fox, I've just turned 40. I've just gotten out of a relationship. I've been trying to navigate dating, knowing that I still want to start a family, and that time was definitely not on my side, right? I think it's a really incredible story that a lot of women will be able to relate to. I don't think there's too many decent, self-respecting women out there that will be like, oh, fuck, that could have been me.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Love Island where you're basically like, as a woman going on there in a skimpy bikini going, oh, there's like 10 guys here who want to fuck me. Oh, that's a good ego boost. No, this is a little bit further than that. You're going to let some guy that you barely know knock you up, right? On paper, the show, I'm not saying its name yet, bears a lot of similarities to other dating shows. There's hunky suitors, romantic dates, vicious rivalries, and confessions of love, which will be fake. The guy just wants to get his end away. We've all had it in our lives as men when we've told someone that we love them because we thought they'd put out. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I'm proud of it. I've never done it with any of my meaningful relationships, but certain people, you know who you are. I didn't mean it. Oh, fuck's sake. We can cut bits of this, can't we?
Oh, yeah.
That means no. I'm going to throw you under the bus.
You said I can. We can. Well, I can. I mean, I'm going to.
The worrying thing is that very rarely do commitments make it. Oh my God, who wrote this? The illiterate fucks. American, again. But the worrying thing is that very rarely do commitments make it in the reality world.
Yeah.
And these lot have just signed up to have a real life baby. And that's the thing. This poor fucking kid. I mean, let's be honest. Is it going to happen? The show premiered this week on Fox, and you'd honestly have to see it to believe it. The men were immediately asked. The men were immediately asked to offer up their sperm. What that means, in layman's terms, ladies and gents, is they were asked to go in a cubicle with a dirty mag and have a wank. All right.
Yeah.
A little bit. Well, I say mag. It's going to be internet. The amount of bookmarks I've got is insane. The men were immediately asked to offer up their sperm as they arrived, with waiters appearing with cups on trays if they want to continue with a chance of impregnating Christy. Throughout the show, their parenting skills are also going to be put to the test, and they're tasked with the various challenges, including changing nappies, looking after whole rooms full of children, and even undergoing labour pains via a simulation machine. Right, now this picture I'm going to show you apparently is of a man going through the labour simulator machine. I think this was the picture when he was giving his sperm sample. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not fuck, I've been paying. That's a
yeah. Where did they put the electrodes?
God knows, it doesn't say about that. Right, now, this is the interesting bit. Now, this, luckily, restored my, calmed my anger. Because I was genuinely pissed off about it. So I thought, all I give a fuck about in this scenario is that kid. Right? If that kid is conceived and born by two people who know fuck all about each other, and the relationship probably won't get off the ground, let alone last.
Yeah.
It does say, if Kirsty doesn't want to have a baby with any of the men, she has a plan B too. So it's not like she signed it and they're going, you're going to fuck someone.
Yeah. It's going to be Ron, the cameraman.
That's it. You're going to fuck one of these 15 men, no matter how you feel about it. So, lube up.
Yeah.
During the first episode, she reveals she's frozen some of her eggs as a backup so she can have a baby on her own if need be. Now, don't get me wrong. We've got to a point in society where I think people can have a baby on their own. There's so many single parents out there who do such a fucking amazing job. Don't get me wrong, there's some that do shit jobs. There's some couples that do shit jobs. It
Yeah.
is such a vast plethora. I've been waiting to get that word, and I love that word. What's your,
Word of the
actually,
week.
on a side note, what's your favourite, do you have a favourite word to say?
Yes.
What is it?
It's indubitably.
Indubitably. That's the first time I've said
Yeah.
that properly. I've heard it on things, but I've never said it properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good,
Now,
isn't
do
it?
you like it because of the way it feels when you say it or because of the meaning?
Both.
Okay. My favourite word is nothing to do with the meaning. It's just how it feels when I say it. And it's this.
Yeah.
Peanut.
Yeah.
Peanut. Peanut? Peanut. Anyway.
Yeah, see, mine's a bit longer, so you can't really do that.
I don't know what it is.
More crazy.
Peanut. I just like it. You know, what did you
fun.
think? I want you to say what you thought my favourite word was going to be.
Well, when you started, I thought it was going to be penis.
No, come on. What if somebody had said to you, "What's Rick's favourite word to say?" What would your answer
Probably
have been?
cunt.
Love it. I just wanted to hear him say it. He says it so rarely, but when he does, I almost get a semi. It makes me that happy. Now, speaking of the word cunt, Christy said, I've been going through some big life changes, transitions. Sorry, I should explain. This was off her Instagram, okay?
Right, okay,
About 2 years after. She was 42 at the time. So, sorry, spoiler alert, but she clearly doesn't fuck any of these guys, or if she does, they rub her up or pull out or jam it in her ass. I don't know. I've been going through some big life transitions, some exciting changes, and some moments of reckoning that have had me feeling a little down and out. But today, on my 42nd birthday, I'm looking back on this year and feeling proud, she wrote. It wasn't easy and it wasn't what I hoped for, but it was good. So from that last statement, it wasn't easy and it wasn't what I hoped for, but it was good. I'm going to state/predict that it wasn't easy means that there were a lot of hours of filming. It wasn't what I hoped for. Whichever guy she picked, their dick was tiny. But it was good. She got paid ridiculously well.
Yeah.
Anyway, there isn't a UK release date for this show at the moment. Watching a bunch of men competing to impregnate a woman they've never met might just be the most bonkers thing we've ever heard. I'm not religious, but amen to that, brother. What a fucking ridiculous idea that is. Don't get me wrong, it's funny to have a chat about, and there's some amusing things that come up with from it. But, I mean, what are your opinions? Me and you aren't into reality shows at all because they're not real. The only reality show I ever genuinely enjoyed was the first ever series of Big Brother because it genuinely was a social experiment.
It was different.
There wasn't.
I've seen it.
Yeah, but the first one, there wasn't all this, let's try and get each other to piss each other off. Let's not try and make them fuck. Let's not give them all these stupid challenges. It was stick however many people in a house and see what conversations they have, see what comes up, see how they interact. And then it just turned into people with, you know, fucking boob jobs and injected fucking trout out lips and like glow in the dark teeth and fucking hair extensions and eyebrow extensions and butt enhancements and Christ knows whatever fucking else. It was, I've got no brains, I've got no talent, so I'm going to go on this hoping that somebody will see something in me and put me on page 3.
Yeah, pretty much. Not famous for anything, are they? Really? Nothing good.
No. Bunch of cunts, all of them.
No, it's just stupid. It's stupid.
I'm very bright this week. I'm aware of the fact that I haven't got the lighting right. It needs to be about there, but I look albino. I mean, look, you can see my head shining like fucking Lex Luthor or something like that. Sorry, go on.
There was, I forget what it's called. There's another newish one that I'd heard about, which the premise sounded more interesting.
Well, why don't you look into it properly and save it for another week? That can be your.
Right. Well, I was only going to mention it because it's like it wasn't really going to be like a full thing to talk about.
Okay,
go on. I think it's more relevant now because I don't think I could speak for it for long. But basically, the premise is they get all these like, it's basically like Love Island or something like that, where they get all these people, attractive people together.
Yeah.
But they get them all together and they all sign up for the show. They think it's going to be like Love Island, but then they go, right, there's a big pot of money, and if any of you do anything sexual to yourself or anyone else or kiss anyone, money goes off the pot for everyone.
Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gone on Netflix. Because to be fair,
an all right idea.
I think you're right, because I remember, you know, when you're on Netflix and you're scrolling through things and it starts playing that fucking trailer, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know, you see it come up and you're like, it's not an interesting premise, but, you know, I'll beat one out anyway. They're in bikinis. But it came up and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, it's just Love Island or like any of these. And then there's that twist and I thought, all right, I haven't watched it, but I did think, yeah, all right.
The twist makes it interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a horror film.
Because they're all going to be absolutely raging. Because, if I couldn't have sex or masturbate for, I don't know how long they're in there, I'd be ready to kill people. I get so
if they do,
fucking ragey.
And like two people, you find out that those two people lost you money, potentially.
I didn't know about the money bit. I think maybe I might have been ejaculating at that time. I may not. So are they allowed to wank?
No.
What?
Yeah, nothing.
No, I've had two while we've been doing this.
And then if they do, the money goes off everyone's money, not just theirs. It's a shared pot.
Okay.
So if you found out that bloke keep his hands off himself and lost you 20 grand or something, you'd be like,
I'd snap his dick off.
Now, I didn't think there was a full thing to talk about, but it's just, you know, like...
No, that's good.
I'm not gonna watch it.
On our pod/video cast, anything goes. We can talk about anything.
Yeah.
But listen, right, seriously, if you have enjoyed this, please share it with other people. Tell them it's not just us talking about fucking music and stuff, because it's not. It's just meant to be a bit of banter and a bit of fun, and it's something we enjoy doing. Hopefully you enjoy listening. The more people we can get involved, like I said last week, let's create a shitty, unruly community. Let's get people involved, get you asking questions, get you sending stupid shit in. You know, if you send a story in and one of us reads it out and we have a discussion about it, we'll credit you. You get a name check on YouTube, you know, with all our millions of followers. But it goes up on our YouTube channel, all right? Subscribe to it. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to start putting other stupid content up on there, just stupid shit, right? We're all stuck.
There's some live videos. There's a music video up there. There's a music video. There's some stupid shit on there. Me and Martin do not take ourselves seriously. All right, we've been friends for a long time. We're both morons, and you know, luckily, only one of us drinks. Because if Martin drunk, we'd be taken off this straight away. You don't hear the shit he comes out with off camera. You think I'm bad? I'm reserved on this shit. You fucking hear the shit he comes out with sometimes. I don't think I'm going to be telling my mother about this. I don't think I want her finding it on YouTube, because I don't. My mum's got a lot better with my swearing, as long as I don't swear at her. Or weirdly, if I'm in her garden, if the neighbours, if there's she's one of them, right?
You know,
but
she doesn't mind me swearing, but I definitely can't say cunt in front of her. My mum is. I said to you last week about my sister. You know how small my sister is. Mum's not much different, is she?
No.
She'd still have a go. She'd, you know, I'd have my hand on her head like that, and she'd still be fucking like Scrappy Doo. Come here. You know, you wee fucking bastard, smash fucking Tim Ballister, shut it, you wee cunt. She wouldn't say cunt because she doesn't like the word, but you get where I'm going. But right, so episode 3 will be out next week.
Recorded next week.
Have you?
No, we'll be out next week. Yeah, next week. Yeah.
I think we're most probably going to stick to recording on Sundays. Maybe Saturdays, depending on how the weeks go. Especially once we're back gigging, it will probably be a Sunday, because it's very rare that we gig on a Sunday. The Unruly acoustic sets that we do. We're available for bookings. I know it's difficult right now, but bear in mind that our diary is pretty open. You know, you could pay us to you could pay us to come and do a gig in your street. We could stay 2 meters away from each other.
We could.
You'd have to leave a pretty decent extension lead in the road, but we could.
Well, we could do it
if you can afford us. Why not? We're not expensive, you know.
No.
But listen, everyone, take care. Please do get in touch with us. Send us your stories. Send us some questions. Just say hello. Let's really get that community built. And yeah, it's been emotional. And hold on. We look forward. We look forward to doing this again next week. And see you later.
See you later.
Love you all. Bye.
Ain't right in the head.